So, good morning, everybody. Jarrett is going to continue with the class today, so I'll turn it over to him in just a moment. But I just wanted to remind you that Linda Brown is going to be here tomorrow, so I understand. Anyway, check with her and make sure she's still on the schedule. I'm going to send you all an email with a couple of pictures of Linda, etc., etc. She's very accomplished, and I think you would get a lot out of working with her. So, Jarrett, it's your
Morning.
screen.
Good morning. We're going to go through morning Qigong. We're going to start with a refresher of some of the Tai Chi Ban that we were doing last week. We did the number one and number two positions, and then we're going to do a little bit of number three today. Maybe cap that at about 15 minutes and spend the rest of the time doing silk reeling. So go ahead and get your Tai Chi Ban, and we'll go ahead and get started. So I'm gonna move forward to see if everyone has it, or if you have a stick or a ruler. If you don't, that's okay. All right. Give a second for Jose to get back into the screen. All right. So anything that's about a foot long. It's a good universal kind of gauge it's the length from your elbow to your wrist. And that fits to the Chin Na applications that you can practice with this, because in Chin Na you're typically grabbing the hand and then you're using the elbow as your 2 points of contact. So hence the general length of about the same from your flat of your hand to your elbow. Okay, so for Tai Chi Ban, it's the rolling pin. There, we'll go through the hand positions real quick. So start out position. This is for the Qigong version of the movements. So we have hands together, hands out. That's with palm up. Then you switch to palm down, hands together, hands out, and then we have one where it's one palm is down, one palm is up, and you alternate on that. So we're going to start with the palm up. And there's two versions of that, so 1 and 2. So the first one, your hand, if you're looking at starting with your right hand, the hand is going under the other arm. So if you think of the right hand is holding the Tai Chi Ban, the left hand is moving into a Peng position. Peng. So you're moving it, going under. So going under. The second one, you're going over, and the gripping hand is the one that is into a Peng position. Let's go back to number one. I'll be stepping into a horse stance. You can do however you want. Okay, so start with your right hand going under the left arm. 1. Open, back to center. Switch gripping hands. 2. Under. Open. One hand is gripping, one hand is sliding. You should hear that sliding hand kind of squeaking along. Doesn't have to hold very hard. Okay, I'm just going to switch to a side view so you can see that as well. Oh, hand is under, left hand is under, open. Under. Chest opens, chest hollows. Good. 3 breaths. Okay. Still with the palms facing up, holding in the center. As we talked last week, just a little, just gentle contact between your 2 palms. You don't want to have space between them. Just gentle contact all the way throughout. At the end, gentle contact between your 2 hands. And trying to keep the palm of your hand in contact. What you want to avoid is as you're moving around, there ends up being like a gap, a space. So you just want to have good listening where the Tai Chi Bond is all the way connected to your palm. You're practicing listening with your fingers, your palms. Okay, so number 1 was under. Number 2 is over. So number 1 had kind of an up and down feel to it. Up and down a little bit, up and down. Number 2, as you go over, it's more of a horizontal plane. So going to the left with your right hand gripping, over, open. Good. Chest opens, chest hollows. Chest opens, chest hollow. I'll move to a side view. Chest opens, chest hollow. Chest opens, let that back up. If you're doing these in a sitting in your chair or doing it in a horse stance, you want to pay attention to where you're moving relative to your sides. So on this, remember your side is kind of the 45-degree line that's on the inside of your shoulder, hip, foot, and ankle and foot path. So as you go to your side, you don't want to overturn. So if I'm sideways to you, my shoulder, hip, knee, it's pointing out to about a 45-degree, 45, 50-degree angle. And that's as far as I go. I don't go past that line as I turn to the side. That's my new alignment. So I'm gonna, if my hip and knee are pointing in that direction, that's as far as I go. This is a visible wall. That's as far as my arm goes, and then I sink within that. What you want to avoid doing is overturning. That puts a lot of torque. It's poor posture, hurts your knees over time. If you're in a chair, same thing. As you're sitting in that chair, turn to that angle, shoulder, hip, knee, foot. So you're turning to one side, sink, Gonna turn to the other. So just turning relative to yourself, but you don't want to overturn past that to, more of a true sideways. It's about 45 degrees. Okay, let's pause there. So those are the two we did last week. Any questions on those two?
Jarrett, could you do number two just right here, this close to the camera, just show exactly how that works, please?
Sure. I'm gonna move the light back a little bit. It's hopefully you can still see me okay. That light was a little hot. Whew. All right. So both of them start hands gently touching, palms connected, and your palms are going to move as you go through it. Things move around, right? It's not, you're not a robot. So as you go through, yes, you may have a little bit of disconnect, and your palms may come off a little bit. That's fine. What you want to do over time is you keep refining that, keep paying attention to that, and after a while, they stay more and more in contact. Um, but you do have 2 points, right? You have you land here, you land here. So let those be your guides. You also have a middle point where you can kind of check and say, okay, where am I at the middle point? Okay, or where am I at the end? Do I need to kind of adjust? Because this is a listening exercise as far as finger and palm connection. So for the two, Genevieve, that you're asking about, number one, number two, they start here. Number one, I like number one to be where I go. Let's see, I go under. So you're going to end up with your hand under your other arm. So to get there, you tuck inwards, tuck in towards your chest, and then out to the side. And then you unwind it in toward your chest, out here. So as you're tucking in with your chest, the other hand can't come in, because if they both come in, there's no room. So you use your chest to allow you to come in, and your other hand is kind of, it's a little bit stretching outwards. So I end up in that Tai Chi Hong position. Start with your hands comfortably at a right angle to each other. Tai Chi Bond starts around upper chest level. You don't want to be shoulder level. That's a little bit tight. You don't want to be down here. It's a little bit too far away. You can't do chest open well. Just comfortable. And then under, open, under. And that's the gripping hand. Okay, so that's number one. Number two is over. So first one tucked inside under. Second one goes outside over. In there. So sink. This is a good one a good one to practice on sinking your shoulders and just reminding yourself, because you get to this point and you've had to kind of raise up a little bit to get it under, right? To be over. So sink. Shoulders, elbows, wrist, bone. Good. Good. All right. So, I know we're spending a bunch of time on these the last few days. Once you get the hang of it, you just spend a few, 30 seconds, minute a day, 5 minutes, whatever you want to throw in there. It's better just to do a little a day. Some people I know, they would keep it next to the couch. So when they're watching TV, something comes up that's boring, just get it out. But just kind of sits in the crook of the couch, or the bed nightstand, and just do it as a way to, last thing you do before you go to sleep type of thing, just kind of a good wind down or wherever.
Thank you. Thanks, Jared. I think I almost got number two now. I'm excited.
Yeah, it's good. These are, as we talked last week, these are fundamental moves you do everywhere in Tai Chi. It's all relaxing your shoulders, your elbows, sung. We could go on and on and on with just one of these. So move number 3. Number 1 was under. Number 2 is around with your hands close. Number 3 was hands face palm up. And for this one, we're going to move our right hand first, and we're going to go to the right side. So ignore my left hand for a second here. You're going to be taking your right hand, and you're just kind of cup inwards. So you might remember a move we're going to do later on today, right? We do this one, going out the side door. Whoa. Is everyone's familiar with this, correct? So really, we go. All right. And from a side profile, right, comes in and out, and it doesn't go past the knee. It goes shoulder, hip, knee. That's our line. Good. Now I have that Tai Chi bond in my hand. That's how I get there. There's that move. You just take the Tai Chi bond. Now you have the Tai Chi bond in your hand. So back from starting to there, boom. That's my right side. So you know the move. Now we're just putting something in your hand. Okay, so from that position, we're going to repeat that move. That gets us to our right side. And now we unwind it. Go to the other side. And repeat. Unwind it. So relax here, and then relax again at the start of the next movement. So relax. Going to the right, your right hand is the gripping. Right hand's gripping as you unwind, get back to center. Left hand is gripping. Left hand is gripping. Back to center, going towards the right. Right hand grips. All right, let's just keep going. It looks like everyone's doing pretty well on this. It may look a little more like there's more coordination involved than you already know the move though. You already know the move. So this is one of those things once you get it, you're like, I got it. That was easy. So but learning it over a screen is hard. Going to my right. Down. Going towards my left. Hollow. Chest open. Couple more. Oh, good. Now let's pause there. Any questions on number 3? Silk reeling Tai Chi Ban.
I love number 3.
So you know the move. You just then it's like, okay, my arm's out there. What do I do? You unwind it. And you go to the other side. Unwind it. You got this. All right, let's jump into silk reeling today. Or empty-handed silk reeling. We're doing silk reeling. All right. So, for those who last week, Malcolm mentioned this. Master Zhang had a saying: "Every movement, all the way." So that's the the calligraphy that's on the front of this shirt for my school. So every movement all the way, really meaning finding all the points and truly expressing them all the way. And I give a good analogy of if you take two jazz musicians, one that knows the textbook stuff of all the music, all the songs, can play all the standards, and they sound great. And then you bring in someone who's a true master, those people that have that gift. They're just the John Baptistes of the world type of for a modern person, and they know all the standards, and you can't put your finger on what it is that they're doing different, but they're playing the same song, but they sound worlds apart. There's so much more that comes out of the second person. And what they're doing is they're really playing the movements all the way. They're finding all the expressions, all the changes in timing and space, sensitivity of the movements. They're really finding all those points. That's every movement all the way. Rather than just playing the notes correctly and in sequence, they're going the next step. They're finding all those movements. So in Tai Chi, a good example of that is the double feng sung. So at the end of one movement, we sung into the movement, we relax into that movement, and then we have to do another relaxation to start the next movement. So if you just do relax and you go jump into the next one, you still have, if you will, tension from the direction you were going to end the first movement, and you haven't relaxed to then be able to go into the next movement. So that's sung, or double sung. So as we go through today, think of the double sungs that you have. So as you go in one direction, sung and then sung again. All right. Neck. So sung, relax. And before you go to the next angle, relax again. Go, relax. Relax again. And when you relax for that second time to start the movement, you'll likely find that you can actually sink deeper in the direction you were going. Next circle. Let your chest opening, back rounding, let that guide the whole body. You're moving your neck, you're also starting to warm up your quad. Your quad is very engaged with this. Open the chest, closing the chest, rounding the back. Your shoulders should be coming forward. The shoulders round backwards. Shifting weight. Whole body. Reverse. Neck one way forward. You lift the chin, round, back, up. As you extend, grip with your toes. That gives you balance. Otherwise, you go off balance. Like a cat pawing the ground. Toes open as you come up. Reverse, back hollows. Or sorry, back rounds, not hollows. Chest hollows. Shoulders roll forward as you come up. Sorry, shoulders roll back as you come up. Shoulders roll forward as you come down. Feel that quad. The quad's really engaged. Three breaths. Sink in that quad as you could. I'll tell you, since this is my last time with you for a while, interesting story. So we would do Tai Chi, obviously, with Master Zhang in the park. And he was probably like around 80 when I started noticing this. He moved like he was 25 years old, but he was 80. And so, because I was starting to pay a lot more attention to the song and the details of the movements, and I was trying to figure out what in this world this guy was doing. He would do these, the three breaths, right? We do these three breaths, and then it looked like he was like literally on an elevator, and I couldn't figure out what was going on because his head is going down and up, but his knees were not moving. His knees were perfectly in place. And I would watch him from straight on. I would sneak over and look at him at an angle, side profiles. What in the world is this guy doing? Because I'm like, how are you literally moving up and down like a foot? I'm not at his level by any means. So if you kind of look at where my head is, he'd do this, and then his hands would come down, and then he would. And you look at his knees, and his knees were not moving. Maybe a little bit of like opening up, but not going out to the sides. And so, and you look from the side profile. So I have my racing stripe pants on, and they were not going forward. So they weren't doing this. It was all from his quad sinking here. His back would be flat, and it would be winding as like a corkscrew, sinking and relaxing, unwinding down, and then palm. Amazing to see. And that was when the importance of focusing on the quad really kicked into me. It was just like, okay, we talk about our arms are doing this or chest opening, chest folding. We talk about quad a little bit, but what I like to think about when I go through silk reeling and all these moves is that there's an imaginary line, horizontal line where my Dan Chen is, right? When my hands are above that, I'm expanding. As my hands go below that, I'm deep sinking and not using my knees, but really engaging with my quad. So there's a counterbalance. As much as I'm moving my upper body is how much I'm moving my quad. And we don't talk about that a lot, but even in the beginning, the movements like this one here. Yes, my head is spinning around, but my head is connected to my body. It's really my body is what's doing the movements. So it's not a head, it's whole body. And from Dantian up, there's this movement happening, but from Dantian and below, you're really using your quad. So think about how do you move your quad? How do you engage and relax that pocket, that soft tissue pocket of your hip? Okay. Now that I've rambled on about that one, think of how do you drive the movement from your quad, the connection of your quad. Now, shoulder, back quad, front quad. Reverse. You know what to do with your shoulder. So today, move your shoulder, of course, but pay attention to your quad. How are those actually moving? Song. Song in the front. Song as you move back. Song to receive. Your arms just dangling. Reverse or switch. For time's sake, we're going to go back and we're going to switch double. Double. Open that quad. Relax that back quad. Receive it. Sink in that back quad. Sink into the front quad. Receive it in the back quad. While keeping your back straight. Good, everyone looks good. Reverse. In reverse. Sink down. Sink down. Switch. Foot forward. Sink down. Reverse. So. Through your breaths. Do a horse stance going out the side door. I'm going to my 45. I want to be brave and do it from a side angle. So. Switch. See how I'm going out to that angle? I'm not going sideways. Not going out to your left, right. You're following that angle of your ship. Yeah, let's do our double. If we skip that. I skipped that. Yeah, let's go on. Take up, come up, shake it out for a second. Let's do something, a variation on that. The double. Going from what we did on Saturday with beginning Tai Chi. So go ahead and just step out slightly with your left foot. We're going to do a big circle. On, Lu, on, G. Big. It's going up at shoulder level. Eyes are brushing past eye level. Feel your quad helping drive that motion. And reverse, Pong, Lu, on, Ji. Let your on be in your qua, not your knees. Step switch. So keeping that same sense of speed, we're going to switch to the other hand. Now we're going to do mid-level. It looks like our hands are moving faster because we're circling in a smaller area. Now our hand's probably brushing about upper chest level. And reverse. And keeping that same pace, just keeping that momentum. Don't skip a beat. Reverse. And continue the movement, move back to the left, and now small. So it's kind of like going to the belly button level or around the belly, this way. Get that feeling if it's driven off of the dantian moving in a circle, and the qua is kind of helping push and pull it. And reverse. Keep that movement and just switch to the other side. Beautiful. Reverse. Back to the left side. Big, very big, jumbo big. And slow down. Reverse. On. Keep the movement, switch hands. Reverse. Three breaths. So for those who were there at the beginning Tai Chi, the beginning form, do this. Swung. One. You see those hand movements. Just doing. 1, 2. Beautiful. Okay. Left foot forward, big opening to the side. Stretch. Shoulders roll. Shoulder cow. Foot forward, big opening. Shoulders roll. Shoulder cow. Left foot forward. We were doing this with the Taiji Ban earlier. So, an under palm open. Switch. Do it from the side. Breaths. So long. White 8 presents fruit going out the front door. G. Whole body leads forward. Reverse. Long. What was that? Right foot forward now. I'm gonna do it from the side. Yeah. Reverse. And 3 breaths. And I'll be going out the side door, upper.
Right open. Yeah. No, ya salí, voy a los lugares. Ya, ya llegué a los lugares. Ya está bien, y es lo que me que hacer. Ya, mejor, bueno, mejor si lo cumplimos más rápido, pero
One. The direction, reverse. Three breaths. Knee circles. So if you need to hold on to something, so sink deep. Switch, so deep. Breathe. first. Open. Right. Out and up. In and down. Spiral. And just lowering ourselves down, supporting ourselves if we need to. Good stretch. Pushing ourselves up if we want to. Closing, grab the ground, spiral up. And that posture more brings us to 5.
Okay, thank you, Jarrett. I was doing a little work on the computer around the corner here, but I was listening in to what was going on. So you guys got a really good hour there. There was a lot of stuff. It's hard to remember all the stuff you learn in an hour, but try and grab onto 2 or 3 things and carry it forward into whatever you're doing. Okay, so tomorrow morning, Linda Brown is going to be joining us. I just sent you all a little email with her picture in there, and so check in. Linda is a fabulous person, a longtime Tai Chi teacher, and one of Jared and I's Tai Chi Tai Chi sisters. All right, so she's a formal lineage member.
Oh,
Okay, guys, Jared, stick around a second, will you? We'll see you tomorrow morning.